pretty. There's lots of reflections in the ice.
The snow on the ground.
Heralding the eternity.
Here we go. In this world, God's Son comes closest to himself, to Christ, in a holy relationship. There, in a holy relationship, he begins to find the certainty his Father has in his Son. And there, in a holy relationship, God's Son finds his function of restoring his Father's laws to what was held outside his Father's laws, which is the egoic world of perceptions, special relationships, and finding what was lost. Only in time can anything be lost, and never lost forever. So do the parts of God's Son gradually join in time, and with each joining is the end of time brought nearer. That's worth coloring. Each miracle of joining is a mighty herald of eternity. No one who has a single purpose, unified and sure, can be afraid. No one who shares his purpose with a brother cannot be one with his brother.
Mm-hmm. When we share the same purpose, we come into alignment with each other. Having one purpose, we become joined in one mind. Until we're willing to share the Holy Spirit's purpose with all, time will still be required. Time measures our changing perception. As our purpose changes, our perception must realign with our new goal.
Each herald of eternity, the joining of two brothers in a single purpose, sings of the end of sin and fear. Each joining of two brothers in a single purpose of the holy relationship speaks in time of what is far beyond time. Two voices raised together call to the hearts of everyone to let them beat as one. And in that single heartbeat is the unity of love proclaimed and given welcome. Peace to your holy relationship, which has the power to hold the unity of the Son of God together. You give to your brother for everyone, and in your gift is everyone made glad. Forget not the Holy Spirit, who has given you the gifts you give, and through your not forgetting this, will you remember the Father who gave the gifts to the Holy Spirit to give to you.
With each joining in a holy relationship, a part of the sonship is healed. The healing is shared with the entire sonship. Each joining brings the return to knowledge closer. This return to truth will mark the end for the need of time, which is still the measure of change.
It's impossible to overestimate your brother's value. Only the ego does this. But all it means is that the ego wants the other for itself and therefore values a brother too little. What is inestimable, your brother, clearly cannot be evaluated. Do you recognize the fear that rises from the meaningless attempts to judge what lies so far beyond your judgment you cannot even see it? Judge not what is invisible to you, or you will never see your brother's true value, which is invisible to the eyes, but wait in patience for its coming. It will be given you to see your brother's worth when all you want for your brother is peace. And what you want for your brother, you will receive also.
The ego values the body and the small s self, the smaller self. The ego is the ego body. The ego places no value on your brother's higher self, for that part of existence is denied by the ego. We cannot physically see the value of a brother in God's plan for salvation because the body has no value. The only value of the body is what our mind gives it, and only through the vision of Christ can we look past the world of form to know the true content that is our essence, since the law of God states that each part is equal to the whole. Each part contains the whole. Each part is indivisible from the whole. The ego attempts to take the indivisible and fragment the whole into parts, but this is impossible.
How can you estimate the worth of a brother who offers peace to you? What would you want except a brother's offering of peace? Your brother's worth has been established by his father, and you will recognize a brother's worth as you receive his father's gift of peace through a brother. What is in a brother will shine so brightly in your grateful vision that you will merely love your brother and be glad. You will not think to judge your brother. For who would see the face of Christ and yet insist that judgment still has meaning? For this insistence that judgment has meaning is of those who do not see with the vision of Christ. Vision or judgment is your choice, but never both of these at one time.
Seeing and vision are two different experiences. They are mutually exclusive in any moment in time. They represent the two thought systems and what each values. The ego sees form as of primary importance, our physical form. To the ego, form is what matters. The content is of no value, as the ego can't see past the form. Vision is a function of the Holy Spirit's thought system. Vision looks for content. The form that is the experience manifests. The form that the experience manifests through is of no consequence. To the ego, form is seen as attack or something to attack. The Holy Spirit, to the Holy Spirit, vision understands the underlying content and interprets this same event as either love or a cry for love. Love doesn't judge. It only asks, what would love have me do now? The ego is the embodiment of judgment, not love.
Your brother's body is of little use to you as the body is of little use to your brother. When the body is used only as the Holy Spirit teaches, the body has no function. For minds need not the body to communicate. The sight that sees the body has no use, which serves the purpose of a holy relationship. And while you look upon your brother thus, as the body, the means and end have not been brought in line. Why should it take so many holy instants to let this be accomplished when one holy instant would do to bring the means and end into alignment? There is but one holy instant, the little breath of eternity that runs through time like golden light is all the same, nothing before eternity and nothing afterwards. It's kind of like when you're sitting in on an optometrist's chair, and he says, better A, better B, and these things are coming together. It's when they get into alignment that finally it says, it makes sense.
Yep, it's like throwing up a box of puzzle pieces and having them all just fall down and assemble the puzzle magically.
Ooh, what a nice vision that is.
In eternity, time has no purpose, since there is no change to measure. As long as we perceive ourselves as a body, Time has a function. While under the influence of the egoic thought system and perception's illusionary dream, the Holy Spirit utilizes love as the creative process, in which time is used to awaken the sleeping mind to its Christ consciousness. The Christ, which is the extension of the Creator, is the only reality in the mind of God.
You look upon each holy instant as a different point in time. Lee, please highlight that sentence for me.
Okay.
Particular phrase, point in time, is very meaningful. Each holy instant never changes. All that each holy instant ever held or will ever hold is here right now. The past takes nothing from the holy instant, and the future will add no more. Here, then, right now, is everything. Here, in each holy instant, is the loveliness of your relationship, which means, with means and end in perfect harmony already. Here is the perfect faith that you will one day offer to your brother who already offered you perfect faith. And here, the limitless forgiveness you will give your brother who already has given forgiveness. The face of Christ you yet will look upon, already seen. It's
In the
amazing that
whole
it said so much in that sentence. It was like going around and around, but putting the whole package together, so to speak, for us to see it. It's pretty powerful stuff.
twofold sentence, yeah. In the holy instant, all judgments are dropped. Without the past, only the now is present. Vision can replace seeing. Vision focuses on the content of the now experience. The content is the joining of two into the knowledge of the oneness. Seeing always involves judgment, since the physical eyes are utilized only to confirm egoic prejudgments that have been projected into our world of provisional reality, our small r reality. With the vision of Christ, the Holy Spirit guides us to look past the body and to see only the Christ in our brother.
You evaluate your brother, the giver of a gift of limitless forgiveness like this? Would you exchange this gift of limitless forgiveness for any other? This gift of your brother's limitless forgiveness returns the laws of God to your remembrance. You remember it. And merely by remembering the laws of God, the egoic laws that held you prisoner to pain and death must be forgotten. This remembering the laws of God is no gift your brother's body offers you. The veil of the body that hides the gift hides your brother's higher self as well. Your brother's higher self is the gift, and yet your brother knows it not. No more do you know that your brother's higher self is the gift, and yet have faith that he, the Holy Spirit that resides in the Christ consciousness, who sees the gift in you and your brother, will offer and receive the gift of faith and limitless forgiveness for you both. And through the Holy Spirit's vision, will you see the gift of the higher self, and through the Holy Spirit's understanding, recognize the gift of faith and limitless forgiveness and love, the gift of faith and forgiveness as your own.
The Holy Spirit utilizes the tools of forgiveness and love to unblock the vision of Christ within us. Forgiveness and joining are the result of a holy relationship in order to relearn the oneness of the sonship. we need a relationship with another. Since to give is to receive, we need another to share in the joining experience of the holy relationship.
Be comforted and feel the Holy Spirit watching over you in love and perfect confidence in what the Holy Spirit sees. The Holy Spirit knows the Son of God, and the Holy Spirit shares his Father's certainty. The universe rests in his split-minded Son's gentle hands in safety and in peace. Let us consider now what the split-minded Son must learn to share his Father's confidence in him, who momentarily perceives himself as split-minded. What is the truth about the split-minded Son that the creator of the universe should offer the universe to him, the split-minded Son, and know the universe rests in safety? I'm going to read that one again. What is the truth? What is the truth about the split-minded Son that the creator of the universe should offer the universe to him, the split-minded Son, and know the universe rests in safety? He who is split-minded looks upon himself not as his Father knows him. The Father knows only the Christ as his Son, and yet it is impossible. The confidence of God should be misplaced.
Because we've placed our consciousness within the egoic dream of separation, we've forgotten what we are. We've denied our spiritual essence and mistakenly believe ourselves to be a limited ego body. This isn't what we are. The Father only knows his child is perfect, whole, and complete. The Creator has placed this knowing within our Christ consciousness. The Holy Spirit has been given the task of awakening God's sleeping Son to his Christ consciousness. Since this is the will of God, the results are guaranteed. If we realize that our Son's will is God's will, we would fear nothing. The journey of the separation was over as soon as it began. We need to freely choose the at-one-ment for ourselves, and this and the return of the sonship to knowledge is certain.
There are a lot of really rock solid ideas here in this reading. The whole idea is that it's not a big deal. The holy instant is always happening right now, right now, right now. And only to the extent that we can focus on the right now can we begin to see this perfection that God has been holding for us to see. So that when we look in the mirror, so to speak, the spiritual mirror, if there were one, we see a beautiful child, certain of his holiness, certain of his Christ consciousness, and one with everyone else. And we all become one in that way. This is very powerful here. Thanks, Lee. Good night.
It's the best I've seen in the book for really placing the feeling of being a father and how you can see your children as perfect gives us a chance to get outside of our own perspective enough to trust that if we make ourselves a vessel for God, if we make ourselves a, a vehicle for the peace of God, then that guidance that we get from the universal peacemaker is going to be inherently the right guidance for us to follow. It feels so hard to listen to it and to understand it in the moment, but when you look at it from the point of eternity, the perspective is large enough for you to get beyond the ego thoughts. I feel like I'm not doing a great job of explaining what's going through my
Oh,
head.
you did. You did a good job.
Okay.
Did a good job. And anyone listening to this can replay it and get even more deeper into it.
Super.
Every time that I read these things, it feels even better. And looking forward to going to the temple of the Holy Spirit right now, but we'll read about it tomorrow.
Here, here.
There.